down after the death of Mum, you know, I pretty quickly realised that if I wasn't tough, if I wasn't strong, then there was a really good chance that we were going to lose my dad. And I couldn't allow that to happen. So I kind of thought to myself, no matter how hard, no matter how bad I'm feeling, no matter how hard, I just want to run away. I want to go somewhere else. I had to be there for Dad, you know. I had to toughen up, push back the tears, and try and help him as best I could. And the only way I could help him was just be there. Lynn was killed in a car crash, and I wasn't at the zoo at the time, but I got a phone call from Steve and on my mobile, and I missed the call, and I played back the answering machine, and it's probably the worst thing I've ever heard in my life, because Steve had just found out that his mum had been killed, and he left this message. Anyway, so I jumped in the truck and got to him as quick as I could, and Bob was there too. Anyway, we just had to, you know, sort it all out, and just, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. So that was, in my life, I've never had anything so terrifying as when I picked up that phone and dialed in the message bank and heard Steve. I cancelled it. I just cancelled it straight off and just, because I could never hear it again, and jumped in the car and got to him as quick as I could.
Bob and Lynn Irwin were inseparable. 40 years of marriage after being teenage sweethearts. They did everything together, working side by side to build a zoo and having a profound influence on their children's love of wildlife and commitment to conservation along the way.
What can you see, Bob?
Can't see anything.
Not very well.
Pretty deep. She's looking better, isn't it? I think the proudest thing that I've achieved professionally is global wildlife conservation. The proudest thing I've achieved personally is my children.
Basically, you set out as a producer to make entertainment. That's our goal. But I think with the Croc Hunter, we have a double barrel, and that we not only entertain, but we actually do educate. And I feel good that we actually are doing something good, that we're not just entertaining, we're actually giving messages out, that we're actually teaching kids, teaching people that, you know, crocs, snakes, these animals that normally they would want to kill, deserve life.
To get the word of crocodile out there and people not going, crocodiles, and build a fascination and a passion for them, gets me high as a kite, mate.
Steve's conservation message never stops, no matter where he is or what he's doing. And it's always with genuine, heartfelt compassion.
What an absolute shame. Stuck on a chain all their lives out here on the middle of the road trying to attract people. And have a look at this little tat here. No sticking me now. You're all right, little one. Okay, there's his head. Now, if you have a look at the facial features, you can see big whiskers. You know, being nocturnal, they use these whiskers as a feeling device, as a sensory device. Woo. And then when they get really upset, they expose their back towards you, and you can see those quills, they'd pretty well hurt. One thing's for sure, if you see a roadside wildlife thing like this, don't pay any money, because it's only furthering it. It's just tragic. And this is a route that tourists do come on, and it's a real shame. I mean, it's beautiful to have a one-on-one experience like this, but it's just going to perpetuate the tragedy on these poor little animals.
Steve can influence the world about the plight of all wildlife.
You know what? I reckon I'm probably the luckiest bloke on the face of the earth. My parents, the profile I've gained, the success of Australia Zoo and my business and my mission, my wildlife mission. Rightio, so if you look at that, you've got family, you've got finance, you've got everything covered, except for one thing, mate. The one thing that I've got that no one else has got is me best mate Wes.
From the time I was around about 14 years of age, every weekend, every chance I got, I went to the zoo, and I couldn't stay away from the place. I'd finish school and boom, my mum and dad would take me straight out there, and then they'd come and pick me up. So it was just, I knew from that day that I'd be there forever.
I swear I'd die for that man. P-38 Lightning, what a beauty.
His respect for the heroes of war was instilled in him from the earliest age. His Ghosts of War series on World War II in the Pacific was Steve's tribute to the men and women who sacrificed their lives for their country.
I'm one of the lucky ones, one of the few, one of the percentage that made it to the war. So now, we've got to try and take them out. How the heck are we going to do that? Stick your head up, woo, sniper takes you in the head. Not much you can do, except for these. Grenade. This is a US grenade. Pull the pin.
Guadalcanal is the first time the Americans have to face the infamous fanatical Japanese suicide charges.
Stand by!
Look at that. Japanese rifle. Hard to think that that shell may have even gone through a US Marine or a Japanese soldier. And it is one of the smallest and yet probably the most powerful ghost of war I'm ever going to encounter. Scary stuff. It's almost like it's haunting. Even sitting in this foxhole right now, there's this total sensation that I'm surrounded by ghosts. Constantly evolve. I've got to keep going. I can't just like, oh yeah, I really like this level that I'm at and sit there. No, I can't do that. I can't do that personally, and I can't do it professionally. I've got to keep going ahead.
Every time Steve dives off the back of a boat into the water for a dive, I feel like I've just thrown out a bait line for every shark in the ocean.
It is the dangerous, the feared, and the unloved animals of the world that bring out Steve's most powerful protective instincts. Blind terror, ignorance, and hatred